What's up, guys? It's your boy. We back at it again with another podcast. I'm laughing or smiling because I wanted to start off the freaking episode. I'm looking at myself in the camera right now, and I'm just like, what the fuck? I wanted to show y'all this shirt, right? Because I wanted to show y'all like the most regretful purchase I've ever made. Now, this shirt was back in the day, back when BLM was a really big thing, and somebody did this thing. They put out the shirt, and it says, if you want to change the system, speak up. White silence is pro racism. Now, here's the thing, I didn't buy this shirt because I really believed, well, no, at that point, I really thought, like, yo, white silence is pro racism. I felt like everybody had to speak up, speak up. Like, everybody had to make change in some way. And in reality, now I look at it, I'm like, one, that was a dumbass thing to think, right? Like, why would, like, anybody else be putting themselves in danger or in a place where they have to, for whatever reason, care about something that really doesn't affect them too much, because everybody has their own lives that they have to take care of, right? So that's really now my thought process is like, now that I have a kid, I think is where things started changing. When I started just going through my own life and feeling like nobody's gonna help me with anything, I gotta help myself, right? Yeah, so this shirt itself is stupid, right? But it just shows growth in mentality, which is the reason why I wanted to show y'all. But then I'm looking at myself, I'm like, what the heck is that? Like, why is it so wet? And then I realized, I'm like, oh, duh. I had to go put my son down to, like, I had to put him to bed, so I'm like laying on the bed holding him like this. And the boy just drooled all fucking over me. All right, well, let's get into the podcast. Let's talk a little bit about last week. I didn't put out a podcast because I'm dealing with a lot right now. Not a lot in like a negative way. There's just a lot going on in my life right now. We're moving in a little bit. I still have to take all this down, put it in boxes, all this shit. But we're moving in a little bit. On top of moving in a little bit, I'm also planning a 1-year-old birthday party for my son who's turning 1 years old. On top of that, we're also doing summer things like Sundays. Like, for example, today we went to the zoo with my son, so it's just a lot. We're just doing a lot. Like, a lot is happening, right? He has swim class on Saturdays. It's just a lot is happening, so I wasn't able to do it. And then 4th of July was last week too, so all that plus 4th of July is just like, I just couldn't. I didn't have the time. I didn't have the patience. I didn't have the ability to. It was just too much. But let's get into it. There wasn't much that happened last week, anyways, to be honest with you. In terms of entertainment, we had Mr. Beast put out some fucking. Oh my gosh, that was so fucking awkward. It was awkward in the sense of, like, good for him that he's, doing his thing and going to the gym and losing weight. Like, all good on that. But it was so weird. The picture that he posted, he was just in his underwear. And of course, the internet's the internet, so you had people asking him for his underwear. All this weird shit, and the guy actually got enough retweets to get the underwear. So now I'm trying to figure out, like, yo, is Mr. Beast actually gonna send him that? I'm sure he won't, right? Because I'm pretty sure there was like a girl who got in trouble for like selling farts or something. I don't remember exactly, but I feel like that's a thing. Maybe. Hopefully, Mr. Beast is not that crazy, but at the same time, he's also a troll. Like, he is an internet kid, so he might actually do it because he's a freaking internet kid. So who knows? It's just painful. Like, the gym is literally what has been teaching me what is called delayed gratification. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it. But yeah, Mr. Beast taking a picture with underwear. Not much to say about it besides it was a little fucking weird. Like, kudos to him for getting jacked. It was still a little fucking weird. The picture, the choice of like stance, all of it was just very awkward. Here's a topic that I actually want to talk about, which is your boy Chance the Rapper. I don't know if you guys remember. It went viral on Facebook for a little bit. Not too long ago. He was in like Jamaica or something for Carnival, or Trinidad or something for Carnival, and he just was dancing with some people that wasn't his girl. You know what I mean? He was recorded. They put him out there. He was getting danced on. He was getting basically a lap dance. Don't get me wrong. I think, like, what the fuck are you doing? You're married. Like, what are you doing, right? I think that is wrong. 100%. I would never condone that. That to me was like, this dude's dummy, right? Putting out all this freaking trash Jesus music, talking about I love my wife and shit, and then here you are getting danced on in Trinidad by some other fucking girl, right? Kind of weird. Now, that being said, internet completely dragged the shit out of him. Dragged them. 100% dragged them. What I said was very light compared to what the internet was saying about this guy, okay? Fast forward to like 2 days ago, a week ago, some shit like that, Keke Palmer is wearing very, very revealing clothing, right? Basically, like a jumpsuit, like a thong, and then like fucking, you know, those like see through shits that people wear to go to like the beach? One of those. And she goes to a concert with Usher. Again, Usher starts hugging up on her. He even has this moment where he's like looking at her, like looking at her butt. There's even videos of her like he's like pulling up his abs, and she's sitting there like making these faces and shit. It's just fucking weird. Like, it was just weird. It was weird, okay? So the boyfriend obviously does not like that. So, but he doesn't want to seem insecure, or at least, you know, feel like, oh, the reason why I don't like what you're wearing is because you're wearing that with near Usher. Because I'm sure if she wore that same fucking outfit to like an old person's like fucking birthday, you know what I mean? Like everybody there is like 76 years old and she's wearing that to a like I'm sure he's gonna be like, she don't want to be with no 76-year-old, so obviously he's not gonna care. But since Usher, he's like, oh wait, what the fuck is going on? Like Usher's a Usher's Usher. Usher is Usher. So obviously he's feeling insecure, but his way is by lashing out at her dress code, what she's wearing. Here's the thing. He got dragged for coming at her. I don't know what's wrong with the universe or the people in the universe, I should say, or everybody in the fucking Facebook realm. Maybe Mark Zuckerberg brainwashed everybody already to be fucking feminists or something. But like, keep the same fucking energy, bro. She's hugging up on this man, basically butt ass naked. And this man is making faces at her, looking at her ass and all that shit. You know what I mean? And she's clearly showing interest to this man, all fucking on the internet. Like, she's the one recording it. That man has complete right to be like, yo, that makes me feel uncomfortable. What the fuck is that? Why are you wearing that and acting that way with that man? What is going on? 100% complete right to do exactly what he did, and the fucking internet is sitting here fucking dragging the poor guy, bro. Like, men don't have the right to have boundaries, which is crazy because something happened today too, where Jonah Hill was like literally setting boundaries with his woman and saying, hey, I respect you as a woman. I love you. But if you don't do these things for me, these are my boundaries. That's it. If you don't do them, then we can't be together. Right? I'll still love you. I'll still support you. But we cannot be in a relationship. That's what he said. And she posted it and called them fucking insecure and a misogynist. Does anybody know what the fuck the word misogynist means anymore, bro? Like, come on, bro. Men are not allowed to have fucking boundaries. Men are only allowed to sit there and cry in a corner and let their woman do whatever the fuck they want, whatever the fuck they want. Everybody wants to be an independent woman, and a man is just a guy who pays for everything while you be an independent fucking woman. This is why I love my fiance. This is why I appreciate the woman that I'm with, because I don't have to worry about none of that. Okay? I don't have to tell her I feel insecure about what she's wearing. I don't have to tell her about anything. I don't have to tell her about nothing. Me and her probably have had that kind of conversation maybe once or twice. And it's not like I have this really tight hold on what she's wearing anyways. But even if something did make me feel insecure or I didn't like it, I would think twice about it anyways and be like, all right, why? Like, is it with the clothing, or is it, you know, the environment that she's about to go be in wearing these clothes? Like, you think a little bit more about it, but my girl doesn't give me that issue. I've never, like, I don't have to think about it. She has self-respect for herself. And that's why I love her. It's one of the qualities that I love about her. Yeah, but in terms of like entertainment or even just the world, like really the world has been a little quiet lately in terms of entertainment, in terms of big things, you know, Ukraine, like stuff is still going on, but people are forgetting a lot about it, to be honest with you. I feel like nobody's talking about it. But in my brain, it might just be that I'm not focused on anything other than myself and what's about to happen in my life. You see, I've been really excited lately because I've been busting my ass at work, like really busting my ass at work. And I have a meeting coming up with my boss to talk about a new position that I'm getting. Now, the thing is, I know I have the position because the way that we do things at my work isn't necessarily like everybody else does things at their work. Or maybe it's the same thing, but It's not portrayed that way in the media or movies or shows or anything like that. Usually in shows or media, it's like, oh, you want the raise, you want the job. Like if you want to be the president, you got to work your ass off, and then all of a sudden one day they go, oh, they've been working their ass off doing the current job that they're doing. Let's make them the president. My job is a little different. They go, oh, you want this job? Do this job for like a month. Show us that you can do it, and then you'll get the job. So I've been doing this job for like 2 months, a month, or something like that, and basically know that I've been doing a good job and been told that I've been doing a good job. So that means I should get this new job position. That being said, what I don't know is the raise that I'm getting, the amount of hours that I'm going to do, or anything like that. But I just feel like something big is coming, but I might just be over exaggerated. And it makes me anxious because I know that I'm over exaggerating it. So I might get this thought of like, this is going to be this big thing. It's going to change my life. And then it might be big, but just not as big as I thought. And then if it's not as big as I thought, then everything comes crashing down. I'm like, oh man, thank you. It's not a, like, not that I'm not going to like it or enjoy it or like appreciate it, but it's just it won't be what my thought is, right? It's like if you were expecting a freaking your mom to come home with a 20-piece chicken nugget meal for you, and all of a sudden she's here and she only has a 10-piece chicken nugget meal, and you've been hungry all day because you've been waiting for this 20-piece chicken nugget meal, so you skip lunch and everything, like that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Or like when you know you're about to go to a cookout for somebody's birthday or something, so you like eat breakfast, but then, oh, I'm about to go to this cookout at 4, I don't have to eat, blah blah. Then you get to the cookout and all they have is like fucking chicken wings and fries. You know what I mean? And it's like you were expecting some fucking rice, some like ribs and all this shit, and all they have is chicken wings and hot dogs. It's like, golly, bro. That's how basically I feel like it's gonna happen because I'm just overexcited. So I've been like reading books to try and like, hey, calm the fuck down. You know what I mean? And really, I think the overexcitement's coming from because your boy's a little broke right now. You know what I mean? Your boy's a little broke right now. But I've been paying bills after bills after bills, like normal, right? But now on top of that, I'm paying for my son's first birthday party. We're moving, so I gotta pay like all the bills that go with that. We're buying stuff for the new apartment. And on top of that, I'm probably gonna buy a mover or pay for movers to come pick up the big shit because I don't feel like I know anybody that's gonna come and help me pick up the big shit, unfortunately. Right? Okay. Long story short, got a lot to do. So all of this is just really stressful because I know I'm gonna step into some money soon. I need money right now. So all of it is just causing this super excitement, just and I'm just trying to calm myself down by reading fucking books like the Daily Stoic and shit and listening to Andrew Tate podcast so I can just be like, yo, stop being a bitch and just be a fucking man, pussy. Nah, I'm joking. That's not really what I be saying. But, bro, listen. I know that at 23 years old, I thought at 27 I was gonna have a house. I was gonna do all this. Here I am at 27, thinking, man, you're nowhere near getting a house, but you're a little closer. You know what I mean? Like I'm still busting my ass, working hard. Bro, when I was like 15, I really thought that I was gonna have a house by the age of 25 because I didn't know how the fucking world works. So that's how the school system works, right? They don't teach you what it takes to buy a house. They don't tell you how much a house costs. Like they don't do none of that. Like literally, the number one project I've ever had in my life was like an eighth grade math teacher who made us do a project of like how much we could buy with just $1 million, right? And he was like, forget about taxes, forget about all that. Pretend like everything you're just paying exactly what it costs. The only time you pay taxes is when you get the money, and then you have to pay the taxes on whatever the money you get. So he pretend gave us $1 million. We had to take a piece of paper and fill it up with whatever we would buy. And I literally first thing I did was look for a house and instantly realized like, oh shit, it's expensive. Like one at $1 million, but I paid fucking 30%, 40% in taxes. Then on top of that, the house is like half of what I still have. I bought a car, and I ended up literally like trying to spend a whole $1 million and didn't even come close to thinking to buying everything that I thought I could buy, right? So obviously, my point is, I didn't know what the fuck it meant to have money or how hard you had to work to have some kind of money, right? I didn't know what inflation was, right? Like people would tell me saving your money is like the worst thing you could do. I didn't understand why that is, right? And I'm still saving my money right now. I don't have it in an investment account, nothing like that, because of just circumstances that are keeping me from it. But regardless, Your boy's working on all of it. And I know that I'm only 27. I'm only 27, bro. Some people get rich at 23. Some people get rich at 37. Bro, some of the fucking Twitch streamers right now are like 38, 40 years old, bro. Some of the biggest ones right now are like 30 something years old. I have a lot of fucking time. And sometimes I have to keep telling myself that shit. Sometimes I have to just keep telling myself that shit. And the truth is, in reality, like, this isn't the only thing that I can do to, like, create, generational wealth for my child. And like I said before, the only thing that I care about is just for my child to be better off than I was when I was younger. That's it. And as of right now, in this very moment, while he's 1 years old and I am 27 years old, he's better off than I was when I was like 18, 19, 20. Okay? So I'm doing my job. The only thing is I have to make it till 18. That's the important part. When he's 18, I want him to have a better life than I did. That's the important thing, And I know some little tricks and tricks to kind of get him to where like at 18 he can, he has good credit, that kind of stuff. Like I'm trying, but it just takes time. It just takes time, and I gotta give myself that time. I can't rush myself. I can't stress myself because then I will really take the L. That was my TED Talk. Welcome to my TED Talk. No, but in reality, though, I really do feel like I'm having a midlife crisis sometimes. Like, I feel like at 30, like, I'm about to reach 30 because I'm 27 right now. Bro, sometimes I'll say, like, how old am I? And I'll say, like, 25, 26 in my brain and be like, what? No, 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 no. You're 20 fucking 7, bro. That's crazy, bro. I'm almost 30 years old, and my goal really is just to be happy at 30. I don't want to say buy a house. I don't want to say nothing. Like, none of that shit matters to me anymore. I just want to be financially stable and happy. That's it. I want no debt. No debt. That doesn't mean I want to have a house or car. No, I just mean no debt. My child's happy. My maybe at 30 my wife is happy. Right now she's my fiance. Just in general, like, just want to be in a space where my brain goes once in a while. You know what I mean? Where I could take my moment and be like, okay, I need to buy this. Here you go. And I don't have to think about, oh, do I have this? Can I check my account? Like, none of that. It's just like, I need this. Here you go. My son needs this. Here you go. Here you go. Like, that's what I want to think about. Like, that's where I want to be at 30. Right now, I'm like, oh my god, where am I at? How am I gonna get there? How am I gonna get to the spot? What am I gonna do? Like, literally, like, my brain just fries once in a while because I'm like, I get so stressed out about where I'm at right now or where I want to be in 30 at 30. And it's like, chill the fuck out. You don't have to be there at 30. You could be there at 35. You could be there at 37. As long as I keep going to the gym and like working out, I could be there at 50 and still look like Joe Rogan, bro. Joe Rogan's 50 something years old, bro. Can probably bench press me 17 times, no problem, bro. Like, what the fuck? Nah, but for real though, like, I have to just chill the fuck out. Basically, is what I be telling myself. And I know I'm talking really fast right now, but my bad. I know I said nothing really happened, like serious happened, over the past couple of weeks, but not really, not 100%. I was talking more in like entertainment. In terms of serious talk, like serious, like real politically tickly. You know what I mean? A lot of random shit happened, and I was like, oh shit. And I think we should talk about it. But like, basically, the Supreme Court just shots fired, bro. Pop, 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 pop. Shots fired, man. They really took shots at like every fucking minority community you could think of. And I just want to let y'all know that I'm here and I'm for it. Now I'm joking. Okay, so here's the thing, right? They took away affirmative action, right? And at first, I was like, no, what the fuck? What are they doing? What would they do? No, I would probably say like 5 years ago, I was all about affirmative action, all about it, all about it, all about it. Currently, right now, where it stands, I'm like, man, I know a little more about like what these things actually mean and what they actually do to the fucking communities. And I'm 100% against affirmative action. But this is the thing: people hear you say you're against affirmative action, all of a sudden that means you're against like black people, and that's not what the fuck it means. What I'm saying is, if you really want to help the impoverished communities, it's not through affirmative action. That's not the way to do it. Let me give you a little bit of a clue of what affirmative action actually does. Number one, it makes these communities that are being helped by this looked at by every other fucking community that's not able to use this and go, you guys are fucking losers. I hate you, right? When you see that an Asian kid has to work 17 times harder than a black kid to get into the same fucking school, think about all the Asian community people that are gonna be like, yo, I don't like these people. And I'm not gonna say, I don't like the, you know what I mean? Because on YouTube, oh wait, you don't like, no, 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 no. What I'm saying is, like, it's gonna cause tension between communities. That's number one. Number two is it doesn't help. It doesn't help whatsoever. All you're doing is lowering the bar. Why the fuck would you lower the bar to let people in? That all that does, it means dumb kids are gonna stay dumb and they're gonna get into these schools. That's all that is. Sorry. Sorry. Maybe that wasn't the best way of saying it, but basically what I'm saying is if one community has to, have an IQ, let me make it super simple. Random numbers. I'm just making up IQ scores. One community has to have, an IQ of 250 to get into the school. This community can have an IQ of 175. That means this community is way smarter in these schools and are going to do way better in these schools and are going to get way better jobs out of these schools. While these guys are going to struggle the fuck out of those schools. They're going to graduate lower than everybody else. And yes, maybe they graduated, but they didn't get the jobs that they wanted because these guys took them because they actually deserve to be there. So no, I don't agree with affirmative action. Instead of affirmative action, though, right? You ready for this? Here's the freaking kicker. Instead of affirmative action, which all it does is lower the bar and let people who don't deserve to be in schools get into these schools, why not take all the money that you're pumping into the Ukraine and use it, you ready for this one? To create community building projects in underprivileged communities. So what does that mean? Pay for tutors to go to schools. Fuck tutors. Pay for better schools in these impoverished communities to build up the community that you're just lowering the bar for, right? Instead of lowering the bar, help them get to the bar that is already set. So yeah, again, I do not agree with affirmative action. I just don't think it's the right answer to the problem that we have. Just helping people get better, you know what I mean? Spending a couple $1 billion in like South Chicago, right? Spending a couple $1 billion in like Flint, Michigan, spending a couple $1 billion in the Bronx, spending a couple $1 million in LA, like, Compton, those areas, like, those areas deserve the money that you're sending out to the other countries so you can help them get better. That will fix many problems. That will fix all the problems. That means the prison industrial complex is going to go against it for obvious reasons, right? Because there's going to be less people going and because they're going to be having options, right? They're not going to be doing the gang banging because they're going to be going to play football with a bunch of friends with, where it's like some community outreach program that allows kids to play football and exercise. And also while they're there, it's like a 2-hour program, 1 hour playing football, 1 hour getting tutored on on whatever topic that you need tutoring on. These kinds of things, man. Like, if I had the money, I would do it. If I had the money, it's not that hard. But you're gonna help kids get out of, gangs, focus on education. On top of that, you're gonna solve the problem of the little affirmative action, the problem that's trying to solve. You're gonna solve that because kids are gonna have just better IQs and better scores in general. They're just gonna be smarter, right? Then on top of that, you're gonna solve all these inequality shits that people are doing all over the fucking. And I know I don't talk very properly because I know, like, the best way to talk about this is not by going inequality shits, right? But you know what I'm trying to say. Like, everybody's going around trying to say, oh, there should be these programs in these giant businesses where they have to be equal and fair and allow a certain amount of black people in and allow a certain amount of, LGBTQ members in, when really it's just like, bro, it should always just be whoever's the best. That's it, right? And if you allow these people to have a fair start, there'll be more in the running than anything else. Another thing that they did, which I personally don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I genuinely really don't know how I feel about it. But there was a Christian designer who, like, basically went all the way to the Supreme Court saying she doesn't want to do business for gay people. And, obviously discrimination. All of a sudden, she goes to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court says, oh, nope, that's not discrimination. And I don't know 100% about what's going on, but I will tell you one thing, like, it is discrimination, right? Like, I feel like it is discrimination, but that doesn't mean that it's not justified discrimination, right? And it's like, I'm not saying any kind of discrimination is justified. This is why I didn't really want to speak on it too much, because I don't really understand my own thoughts very well just yet. I'm still kind of like marinating and trying to like understand what the fuck is going on. But what I'm saying is, like, if you're a Muslim, right, like a devout Muslim, and your religion literally says no, you're not allowed to associate with, members of the LGBTQ, are you then going to be forced by the government to be associated with them? Because I'm pretty sure, like, in like Islam, it literally says like you can't be friends with anybody who's LGBTQ. It's not even just about like doing business with them. You can't even be friends with them. Like, you can't be associated with them. I think that's what it. I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere. Regardless, what I'm saying is the government should never step in and force anybody to do anything. Right? That's the separation of church and state. And that's what's scary, because it's like, would you rather allow the government to go no discrimination, right? Which is like, I understand, probably shouldn't be discrimination. Or do you like, but at the same time, that's like an overreach on the government's part, because it's not specifically, I'm talking about this situation, right? And I'm talking about it from the side of like it being a person or a family owned, you know what I mean? Like, the person has actual ties to the business, not like McDonald's, right? Like, the CEO of McDonald's should not be allowed to discriminate against the whole community because he has nothing to do with the one McDonald's in the one place that's being sold. You know what I mean? That's doing business with this community. He has no ties to them versus like somebody who is doing business for themselves. Like, if I were to decide to, oh, I'm going to draw people from now on, and then now I'm working with somebody who I don't want to work with. It's like, does the government get to tell me personally, me, that I have to work with this person? That's where like my brain is just so because I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know where I stand on this. All right, because at one point, obviously, discrimination is never okay. On the other side is like, I don't want the government telling me what I have to do anymore. I genuinely, really do not want the government to tell me anything ever. Period. Because of all the shit that's going on, specifically, even, and to be honest with you, it's with this community. But really, it's just the TQ part. The LGB is okay. The TQ part is like they're doing a little too much right now. You know what I mean? And then the government's like, let them do too much. And it's, to me, it's like, fuck that. I don't want them to do too much. The fuck are you talking about? Stay the fuck away from me. And it's just like, I don't know. I don't know. And that's where I stand. That's why I said I don't want to talk too much about it, because at the end of thinking about this topic, right, I always end on the same place. I want everybody to be happy and, just live a life where there's no regrets and they're just peace. Peace for everybody. That's what I want. But what the fuck does that mean in this situation, right? Where you have one person who their piece is to, I don't want to associate with these guys, but then they're like, no, you have to associate with us because that makes us, like, it's not fair. It's tough. It's tough. And I still don't know. So let's start with a Hell's Paradise review. Sorry, I had to go check on my child. I thought he was crying, but his mom is with him. All right, so let's start on this Hell's Paradise review. Let's start with the concept. The concept is an island. Boom, island. 3 rows, what was it? Like the walls, the fucking Attack on Titan walls. What were they called? I forgot what the walls were called. It was like Maria, some shit like that. But basically, it's an island, and then there's like 3 layers. So the first layer is like weak creatures. Second layer is like mid tier creatures. First layer is like the Tencent, or like the rulers of the island. In the middle of the island, or where the rulers are, is also where they keep the elixir, the life elixir, right? The elixir of life, or immortality potion, if you will. Now, these Tencent, they use actual humans to create the elixir of life, and the way they do it is they take them, they toss them into a pit, and the pit then takes them and sucks out their life and creates an elixir. They take this, now they're immortal, but they have to continue to drink this elixir to stay immortal and gain power. Okay, the more Tau they use, the more they have to drink the elixir. Now, the concept is there is a shogun who has a very weak, I believe it's a daughter, but it might be his wife, but I believe it's his daughter. And he's trying to save her life by making her drink this life elixir. So he takes a bunch of very strong criminals, puts them on the island, and says, "Hey, find me this elixir. If you find it, you get pardoned. If you don't, you all die. No matter what, the only way to get off this island and survive is by finding this elixir. You've been chosen. You're gonna die if you don't get this elixir, so get this elixir or you're dead. I don't care if you come back alive. You're not going back to jail. You're going to die." So now everybody has the reason to fucking keep going to find this elixir, right? Let's talk about the characters a little bit. Let's talk about the characters. I feel like the characters are extremely fun to watch. Why? The reason why I believe they're fun to watch is because they put them into two-man groups, right? So these guys, the criminals, are put on this island, but if you just put criminals on an island and say, go do this, and you get to do this until you come back and blah, blah, then they're just never going to leave the island. They're going to stay on the island and say, fuck it, I'm free on this island. I'm just going to do whatever I want. I'm going to eat food here. I'm going to live my life here. And then I'm chilling. I get to do whatever the fuck I want. A lot of these criminals are also just having fun. They just want, like in life, they just wanted to be strong or something like that. So now they're sitting here and they get to be strong on this island, right? They get to fight creatures that are already stronger than them or at least on par so they can continue to grow and get better and stronger. Anyways, just by living. But no, instead, what they did is they took these criminals and they put them side by side with an executioner. And the executioners and the criminals, the reason why I think it's fun to watch is because the executioners and the criminals have opposite personalities. Literally, if one is a very happy-go-lucky person, the other one is a very gloom and doom person. The other one is a very outgoing person, one is a very nerdy person. The one is a blind guy, and the other one's a child with like who basically sees the world from a different point of view. Do you understand what I'm saying? The clash of characters makes it really fun to watch, and the character development is through the fucking roof because of it. All the people who are super rigid versus the people who just, are laid back, they're put together, and then the super rigid person starts being a little more laid back and seeing the world from their point of view, while the other guy, super laid back, is going, "Oh, I see why you're so rigid. Like, this is also probably one of the reasons why I'm a fucking criminal is because I was so laid back, right?" But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far because of the dynamic between the handlers and the criminals. It's really fun to watch them grow and just like take on these giant creatures that are definitely stronger than them and about to slice them up and kill them, and how they get past that and just keep going and keep going and keep going. Meanwhile, they're like developing relationships with each other because obviously, if you're in a moment like that where you're about to die, and you have to rely on each other, yes, you develop relationships. So yes, the character wise, they're doing a really good job. They did a really good job of explaining everybody's backstories, but really it's the character development that's making it fun, and the fact that like they're changing each other's minds. The fact that like you're seeing somebody who's super rigid get a little bit more laid back versus somebody super laid back get a little bit more rigid. The fact that we're actually seeing this be portrayed just makes it so much more relatable, you know? It's like exactly the opposite of what happened during Vinland Saga. You know what I'm saying? I know I keep bringing that up, but I fucking hate that anime. The exact same thing that happened during Vinland Saga, take that and then opposite. And that's what's happening on Hell's Paradise. Like, they're literally showing you the character development that everybody's going through, and that's why the characters are so relatable and positively amazing. The folklore or the premise of the show, I haven't gotten too deep into it. I probably would have to do a lot of research, to be honest, because it seems like they're just mixing a ton of religions all together and then making it this weird thing. But it kind of makes sense at the same time because it seems like the island is actually created by somebody. Like, it's not just a random island that, this is where the gods live. No, it's like somebody went, they found out how to make the elixir of life, and they're doing it on this island. And now, because of that, they're trying to basically take over the world. I don't know. We didn't get too far into that. They kind of just gave us a little hint that maybe somebody is creating this island for whatever reason, but they didn't say why they would, or what else they want from this island. I will tell you that they are definitely using humans as a scapegoat or like a bait, basically. They'll take the humans, take the life, whatever. Now the humans are dead, they're useless. The bodies are still there, but they'll take them, put them on a boat, and then push them over through the ocean to go to the other side and get to where the fucking actual humans live. And now everybody's like, what the fuck is this? Let's go check what happened. And they keep going. And it's just this story of like, oh, these humans come back with flowers, and oh, let's go see what's going on, blah blah. And that's basically what they're doing. But what I think is cool in terms of the premise is going to be the power scaling that they use. I'm not going to lie. They are using the power scaling that everybody else fucking uses, which is life energy. But it's extremely similar to, you ready for this? Nen. I think out of ki, chakra, I don't, this is not really similar to devil fruits, but ki, chakra, tau, nen, those ones, it's just way more similar to Nen than anything else, because it's basically just like life energy. Bro, even the way they explain it or the way they see it, it reminds me so much of Nen, right? Because like literally they're just seeing the waves around you, and you can control it to do different things. Now, as of right now, it's literally only been shown to us, I think in like the most basic form, which is like basically armaments hockey style. It's like, or Nen actually has it too, where it's like you use your Nen to protect yourself or to attack and like enhance your attack. That's like the most simplest thing right now, but I feel like you will be able to take that life energy and do other things with it. And I feel like some of the characters are already using their Tao in a way of, enhancing their abilities without them even knowing. Like I feel like ninjutsu is that. They're just controlling their Tao, but they just didn't know. Because there are already other characters that were able to use Tao or see Tao or feel Tao and not know what they were doing. They were just calling it like, oh, everything has a wave and I can feel their waves, or, oh, I can sometimes see these things, whatever, blah, blah. But I feel like all these characters don't know what they're doing, and I feel like ninjutsu is just another version of Tao, and he just doesn't know it. And once that clicks, he's gonna be able to use his Tao to enhance his ninjutsu. But overall, the watchability of this is amazing. Like, I really fucking think this anime is really fun to watch because the characters are really relatable and fun to watch, and you can develop an actual relationship with them, and then not in a fucking weird way, but you know what I mean. Like, you could develop a feeling for them, like I want this person to succeed, or I want this person to lose, or I want to see this person lose, or I want to see this person beat that person up. You can develop those feelings because they're so relatable, because you have the one side versus the exact opposite side in terms of personalities just being clashed together all the time. But then you also have the premise of the anime. The power scaling is gonna be super fun. I feel like they have the world to fucking, because they can all be fucking immortal. Literally, they can all be immortal. And then on top of that, once you learn Tower, use life energy. Like just look at how Nen does it. And remember, Ki is fucking life energy from Dragon Ball Z. So like anything is fucking possible. Basically, they can turn out to be Dragon Ball Z level power skills. You know what I'm saying? Probably won't be because nobody's as fucking crazy as Dragon Ball Z, but you never know. You never know. You never know. But also, the story or the plot can go every fucking direction possible, because they have like 17 different religions in the fucking island, or how the island is being portrayed to us right now. I'm pretty sure they already like named like 3 or 4 religions, and like all the lore and the fucking stories that they're telling are all different religions. They're based off of different religions. So they have a lot to go from. They have a lot that they can build on. You know what I mean? So I feel like so far so good. And my prediction, I believe that the anime is gonna go super close to Nen in terms of power scaling. I believe that it's not gonna be like Ki, like Dragon Ball Z. It's gonna be more Nen type, right? Gabimaru will turn out to be not human. I feel like he's probably gonna be. I don't want to say Tencent. The thing is, this is what I mean by the fact that they have like 17 different religions. It can go fucking everywhere. I can't even really predict what I think Gabimaru is gonna be. I just do not think he's human. He takes damage like fucking nobody's business, bro. This dude just gets spanked and then it's like back up again and beating even stronger opponents all of a sudden. I do not think he's human. Oh, and then there's this weird thing where they were like, oh, you have to fuck in order to like get really strong Tao. I have a feeling that's not true. That's another person. I'm pretty sure it's probably just like building a relationship is probably the way to do it. You know what I mean? But you don't have to actually fuck. Because if you do have to fuck, that's kind of weird. Because I don't know how he's gonna fuck. Also, I believe his wife is definitely dead. I don't even think she ever existed, and that's why the love interest between him and the other girl, or his handler, it's gonna exist. So yeah. But it would be a plot twist if like they get out and she actually does exist, and then that's really fucked. Cause then it's like, okay, all right, let's talk about One Piece. One Piece, to be honest with you, I don't know where the fuck we're gonna go with One Piece. Nothing much is happening. The same thing that happened before is happening now. Where like it's kind of just going like, little bit, little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here. We're like 4 episodes away, I believe, from like seeing Luffy do the Luffy-ness. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's not much plot left. I don't know how the fuck they're gonna fit 4 episodes in that. I'm 100% sure one of those episodes is gonna be a fucking recap, and then the other two is gonna be some bullshit. They're moving around too much in episodes. I'm like thinking right now, like what else is fucking left? There's not much. So like, and they're showing pieces of everything, bro. I swear, we have like 5 minutes of each topic, and there's like a good 45, 60 minutes left in terms of like episodes. There's no way. I don't understand what the fuck they're gonna. So I feel like we're gonna keep getting bullshit episodes. Basically, we're gonna get bullshit episodes just like this last episode. I feel like this last episode was fun to watch, and by fun to watch, I mean like it was nicely animated. But after that, bro, fucking nothing happened. Nothing happened. So there's really no update because literally nothing fucking happened. We're in the exact same place we were before. I think like the only update is that the Shogun, which I forgot his name, got bopped by the ceiling. That's it. And that we're like one step closer to seeing Luffy be Luffy. I might retire the anime predictions or like the anime reviews at the end of the podcast, I'm not gonna lie, and just like try and find more topics to talk about instead of anime. So if you did enjoy this podcast, make sure you like it because it's gonna be the last anime inspired, whatever the fuck. I might still do reviews, but I'm just gonna do like a podcast, a legit podcast, and then do like separate reviews. I feel like that's probably the best way to go. I also am planning on removing the this little piece right here. I don't want to do any more reactions on the podcast. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna do reactions on stream. Like I might just save a bunch of videos and then do like a 3-4 hour stream of just like me just chatting and watching fucking this. You know what I mean? Basically like a just chatting stream like once or twice a week, some shit like that. Do one podcast a week and then one just chatting stream. Which probably would be where not only do I do my, this fucking reaction shit, but also I do the reviews for the animes there too, and then just kind of clip that up and put that on YouTube or something, or just put the whole fucking thing on YouTube just as once, like download and put it on YouTube as once. Yeah, I'm plotting on some shit, so we'll see how it goes. So revealing my 2 new muscle or supercars is what we're gonna watch. Been watching a lot of AMP content right now. But also, I've been watching like every fucking YouTube video known to man, so I don't really have much that I haven't already watched that I could react to. I haven't seen this though, so that's why we're gonna watch this.
Did you just get a fucking Tesla, bro? Oh my god, you look the sleeper, dead eyes. Remove all the bad. Hey, Angel, why are you copying me? Nah, this shit is OD. Why are you different, my nigga?
All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's watch this shit, baby.
3, 2, 1. Not gonna lie, I wasn't always a car guy. I was more of like a walking kind of guy, and then I was a bus guy for a little bit. But then I became a car guy. The short version is I went to Detroit. On my way back, it was a blizzard. I was driving back. It was difficult conditions and stuff like that. Well, he remembers. He almost killed me. He doesn't care. Anyway, I was driving the speed limit and all that, but forward wheel drive.
This is some terrible ass fucking green screening, bro.
Side of a fucking freeway into a snowbank. I realized like I should probably get a car that's a little bit safer. And so I went to this dealership with zero clue about cars. I didn't know what a CLA was, an E, an S. I had no fucking clue. I just know I liked the way this shit right here looked. And it was kind of fast. There's no business a 330-pound man should have in a fucking compact car, but I was there having a time of my life. I farted. It was such a cool experience, but I knew I didn't want to spend too much money on cars, but then I also learned I kind of like modding the car. I didn't know what I was doing at first, so I did this. Oh! Somebody! I don't know. Okay. And this is kind of like me early days when I just...
Bro, can we just like take a moment to praise the fact that this man lost all that fucking weight, bro? Like, good for him, for real, for real.
Where and what looked good But I quickly realized that that was not it, and that I had an insatiable desire for more. So I ended up moving to Atlanta, and I was unable to import my fucking car past the border patrol because the niggas past the Rainbow Bridge wouldn't allow me. Long story short, I needed to buy a new car, and that's when I got. Oh, missed opportunity. I
Why
know.
couldn't
Look
they let
so
him? What?
basic and silver here, but oh my god, I learned so much things from the CLA. I knew I was gonna cook with this car. I knew it had a big aftermarket, and I knew for a fact I was going to have the time of my life. I got a little crazy with it. First, we did this. Then after that, we did this. After we did all of that, we topped it off with this. I'm not gonna lie, it is a work of art. It is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece of fucking design. And I was like, that's where I'm gonna stop.
I really fuck with his BMW. That shit look good, bro. His wide body looks fucking crazy. The color is perfect too. I always thought, like, every time I think about like what I would do to my car, I always think about like what color I would make it, and it's always like a light blue. Every time it's like a light blue or just like a light green, not highlighter green, like like something like this type of green right here. Oh man, like a powder type color.
Truck. That's when I got the truck. It had a
For
Hellcat
tax
engine in it.
reasons?
In hindsight, that's a little bit overkill, but that didn't matter to me and didn't stop me from adding its own mods. There's it wrapped for the first time. There's
No way. I didn't know that he did all this to the truck, bro. Red.
And wrapped for the second time, and then we added
Oh, okay.
fiber hood as well.
I was about to say I did not like the red like that. This color's kind of weird looking though.
That one's a lot of fun. That's a blast. And so I'm done, bro. I'm not buying no more cars. It's over. I have what I need.
Until you, is that all? Those are all his cars.
Cars.
He got an old BMW.
I have what I need.
Why the fuck he got a Mini Cooper?
I lied. Bought 2 more. Who's happy for me?
Hey yo. I didn't even know Chevy had a nice car like that. That's not a Chevy. What is that? A Chrysler? The fuck was that? Cadillac.
Preposterous price of over $110,000.
Goes to show how much I fucking know about cars, bro.
You can have a car so reckless it is almost illegal to drive it legally.
Almost illegal to drive it legally. What the fuck does that mean? It's a manual? Bro, I could never drive manual, bro.
Yo, this car is fucking exhilarating to drive, and probably, like, it's exhilarating in the way a Hellcat is exhilarating. You don't know when you could possibly die. Not that I'm being reckless. It's
what?
So much power to put. Oh my god, it's so much power to put behind a rear-wheel drive manual car. It's like you have to master it, otherwise it will completely take over. And it doesn't fucking help that this is one of the best sounding cars
Bro,
I've had in my fucking life.
Fucking color is so beautiful though. That fucking matte black looks beautiful.
2018 F-Type. And because this car is rear-wheel drive, it has the ability to kick its rear wheels out and fucking slide. Oh, it did it! Oh, it did it! The shifts feel so fucking smooth. I'm finally getting the hang of driving a manual car.
Bro got his toes out, bro. What the fuck? My bad. That caught me off guard.
I've ever fucking driven in my life. Bro, it's talking to me back there. It's talking to me. And then now it's fucking
He's having so much fun, bro.
Bro, there is no reason a car that's beautifully fucking put together should be on the road.
He's having so much fun, bro.
The sad part about owning a car like this is knowing that it's the last of a dying breed. They're not making these anymore. They're not making manuals anymore. They're not making many rear-wheel drives anymore. And they're not even making fucking internal combustion engine cars anymore, because they're all making electric cars now. I'm so sick and tired of having all this fun. Gonna be a dad for the day, man. We got the Model S, Glad. Plenty of space, man. Incredibly comfortable. You could fit a couple kids in the back if you want to. Couple of bitches. No, look at the cargo space. Oh my God. Sometimes, like, these are the essentials when it comes to buying cars. We got some cargo space. Let me show you how you fold the seat.
Gosh. Hey, yo.
And now we got
Bro,
like
ain't no way that's.
ample room right there. Look, man. All right, there's an app for everything.
No, that was a lot of space regardless.
I fucking see Caleb sitting in probably about 3-4 times. There's an app for that. You wanna go to Toy Box?
RXD.
Turn it off! Okay, hold on, bro. Nah.
Bro, he be the fucking sussiest one out of all of them, low
I
key.
don't like that, bro. There we go. That's what I was trying to show. Wow.
Hey, yo.
Alright, that's one of many. I'm not gonna lie. They got Steam on this bitch, Netflix, Hulu. I'll probably say the best feature is click over here, and then you click over Toy Box, and then you click over Theater, and you click over Twitch. Yeah. You can drop a follow, man. You can drop a fucking follow. Look, we're almost at 800,000 followers. On the way to 1 mil by the end of the year. We might actually hit a mil by the end of the summer if we really just fucking lock the fuck in. So that's the goal, really. But once you get past all the quirks and the fact that the steering wheel itself is its own fucking quirk, I could have got the regular steering wheel, but I said if I'm gonna get a Tesla, it's gonna have to be a quirky one, nigga. It's what it looks like. At first, I didn't know how I was gonna like it.
I couldn't drive that shit. That shit's so weird. That steering wheel is so awkward looking, bro.
It really didn't matter to me. It can drive by itself. It will stop by itself. It will identify lights by itself. I've seen lane keep assist. I've seen like really smart systems in cars. I have not ever in my life seen a system this smart. It knows that that lane turns right. It knows every car that's on the road, whether it's a sedan, an SUV, or an 18-wheeler. It will speed up for you. It will slow down for you. And you can at any point just tap it or give it a cue to remind it which direction or what speed, what pace you want it to go. This is the perfect, like, all-around car. It almost kind of feels like I heard someone say.
I want to see him. He has a video where he let AMP drive it, I think, or at least drove it with him in it. I want to see it. I want to see the reactions.
You never know what to expect.
Cheetah mode.
Okay, ready? This is gonna be my launch. 3, 2, 1. There's roller coasters, there's fucking nose diving planes, and then there's the Model S Plaid. It is one of the fastest cars in the world, beating even a
Perfect. Right here. This is what I want to see.
3, 2, 1.
I want to be a hater right now. Huh? It's so tough. But I'm gonna be a lover because I like seeing you win. God, why you just did one?
And
This nigga's weird,
it's
bro.
the fastest thing I've ever driven.
What the f is this, bro?
No. Oh my god! Damn. I'm about to get it wrapped in like 3 days. Oh my god.
I want to see the reactions though. Is he still like?
But I never get tired of that. I gotta go quick. I'm kind of late right now to pick up the Tesla. We got the bread in. I'm in a great mood today. I just woke up. I need a energy drink. I'll be right back, bro. I gotta pick up a lead. Bro.
I want to see him show people.
Demo, you see that? Ready? Yep. Oh, 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 oh my god. Oh. This is the best.
I don't like video doesn't show it. You know what I mean? The video doesn't show it, bro.
Back at the crib.
Unfortunately.
I got one too. Yo, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Today keeps getting better and better. I keep it a buck. Who's this nigga? Hey, nigga.
But I wearing designer, nigga. You see what the fuck I got on my back, nigga?
Damn.
What the fuck is that?
It's Cash App.
What the fuck is that?
What's up, bro? I'm doing great. I want to show you my new car.
Close your eyes.
Okay.
My eyes closed.
Unlike the other new car.
I'm supposed to be crazy.
Okay.
my
Close
boy.
your eyes. Close your eyes.
This car
on.
supposed to be crazy, bro.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. It's a Model S Plaid.
This nigga's fucking weird,
It's
bro.
the fastest thing I've ever driven.
What the fuck is this, bro?
It's so quick.
Did you just get a fucking Tesla, bro? Nah, this shit is OD.
Damn, bro.
Not the fastest. It's second or third, I think.
0 to 60 in 1.9.
Bro, what? How much cars do you
Bro,
have?
how chains, not cars, bro. Bro, like what the fuck is this? So what did
He
I
said
hear
chains, not cars, bro.
I told you didn't see it.
No, I saw a red car. Oh God.
He said it was so loud. I was like, yeah, you didn't see the car.
In the truck. Lou was driving in the truck.
How fast can you go? Like
As fuck.
OD fast. Like these just beats all the cars.
Which one you like better? This one or your recent one?
They're very different.
That's not what I fucking asked you, bro.
It's like asking me to choose kids,
Yeah,
man.
this
Come
shit-
on, man.
Bro. We got mad bitches, bro.
Oh my God. Look at the steering wheel.
I know, right?
You can't cut up with that shit.
Yo, you could cut up in this shit, dog. Cause it's instant torque. So it's probably the best car to cut up in.
So you gotta charge this, right? So you gotta charge it in here?
I'm about to add one, yeah.
Damn, this shit's OD, bro.
Boys, and this shit is crazy.
And
Damn.
only a thug
I
would
never-
have that
I
be
would
his
never
first
guess
thought.
this. I would never guess this though.
I know, me neither.
Me neither.
I did just drove by the dealership and then I wanted it.
How much?
That nigga's flex is
How
crazy.
much?
Imagine, bro. Yo, imagine. I was just talking about, man, I feel kind of broke right now. This, that. This dude just said he drove by a Tesla dealership, wanted a Tesla, got the Tesla.
What this nigga just said? I was wondering what this is, but I just wanted it. So I
Nah,
got it.
look. So I was gonna get the 992, but these are better. Imagine if
this is not better than 992.
One 992 or
Bruh,
a black
this is
wing
not
and a
better
Model
than
S.
992. Like no haters.
What you gonna rap this though,
992 would be
Gecko?
better.
I don't know yet.
Hey, open the V.
Huh?
Nah, don't do that.
Come on, bruh.
Don't do that.
Just pull it open. You're strong.
Hey, B live here.
I got a new car, Davis.
The thing that's bothering me, I just told you in the last video that I'm not about to celebrate your car purchase anymore because you just got a car and then you got another car the next day.
Okay.
This might be the richest thing I've ever seen.
How?
2 cars in 1
But
week.
instead of getting one very expensive car, I got two.
Bro got a
Yeah,
Mickey
Angel,
Mouse
why
shirt
are you
on, bro.
copying me?
Wait, is there a chip on the paint? Oh, we good. First of all, I'm not copying. Let's start there. Because, you know, your shit don't even have the wheel like this.
He got the.
Feel me? You got the little cockpit wheel and shit like that. Nigga, it's dumb fast. Like, remember when we drove the other one and we test drove it?
Yeah.
Davis was there when we test drove the regular Model S. Yo, this shit is crazier than that. It's insane, bro.
He got the pilot steering wheel too. I ain't gonna lie, I
I-
want to be a hater right now because it's so tough.
I wonder what car he got.
Because I like seeing you win. You
I
know that?
appreciate the loving.
Now this is fire though.
You're not turning it on, are you?
No, I'm not, I'm
Hey,
not,
Davis.
I'm not.
Hot
I'm not.
pot,
I'm not.
okay.
I'm not. I'm not.
The keys inside the car?
It is, yeah, both of them.
Sit in the car real quick, man.
You want me to sit in it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool, yeah.
Oh.
Davis.
No, I'm not. It's not. It's autopiloting. It's autopiloting.
Davis!
It's autopiloting.
Davis,
It's
you can-
autopiloting.
you can- Davis,
It's autopiloting.
I'm not
It's
joking,
autopiloting.
Davis, stop. Davis,
It's
stop.
autopilot.
Davis,
It's
stop.
autopilot. It's
Stop.
autopilot.
Davis,
It's
stop.
autopilot.
Stop.
It's autopilot. It's autopilot. It's autopilot.
Stop.
It's autopilot. It's autopilot. It's autopilot. It's autopilot. It's autopilot.
I'm confused. What is he doing?
Get out. Nigga, stop.
No. Oh my God.
What the?
This is you?
Yeah.
Bro, I would have been tight, bro.
I don't know.
Why I got sound, bro? This is not a Tesla, bro. Come on, bro.
I actually don't know this dumb knob right now.
I gotta get my car now, bro.
You could drive. Why don't you drive that?
Because Phantom be taking in this shit.
It's here now. Phantom got that.
Yeah, he don't be driving this shit. Like, isn't that stupid? He already got one.
Yeah, he doesn't drive it. Imagine not driving one of your cars.
Bro. You know what? Nah, this is the end of the month. I get my shit. Cause bro, I'm tired. Bro, it's like every week you got a new car. Nah, it's been.
that's not
No,
true.
no.
It's been a while since I got a new
Nigga,
car.
god damn, bro, you just did one.
Yeah, but that was like. So look.
It's the goal.
I love it, bro.
Day.
No.
No, listen.
It's
No,
crazy
not
because I
now.
haven't got a new car in like a year and a half.
No, you're not listening.
Okay, I'm listening
Alright.
now. Now I am.
Have a car every day of the week.
So
So one Monday, one Tuesday, one Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Wait, how many do I have? Nah, I need one more.
No, you don't. Don't say need.
Babe, I hate that your cars make sounds. And then boom, he pull out that
Tesla.
one. Oh my gosh. Asian, why you always pull up to my house and your engine loud? Boom, nigga. Asian,
Bruh.
you don't spend enough time with me. Oh my God, pay attention to me. Oh my, you ain't paying attention to the road.
Bro, this man Chris, bro. This man Chris be funny as fuck on accident. On accident. Bro, I gotta get to fucking bed because I gotta wake up early as fuck tomorrow to go to work. This is what I mean by I don't got time for shit but fucking nothing, bro. All I gotta do is just work my ass off and get the fuck home. Hopefully this shit gets uploaded by the end of the week. Much love to all of y'all. We talked a little bit about a lot of shit. Bye.